Hey friends and neighbors, this is Chuck out at Sheraton Park Farms. Welcome back to the farm. So I've been gone all week long. That's why we've not had a video in a few days. Apologize for that. But home today. Got home just a little while ago. We've got some work that we need to do on some chickens. And I've been to a conference for work. And actually learned a little something that I think is very applicable to farming. So hang out with us for a little bit. Let's get some chickens, some turkeys lined up. We'll come back and talk about what I learned and why I think it's important if you're getting into farming or homesteading. All right, so here's our challenge for the day. So we have our turkeys in these first 4 tractors right here. These are all of our turkeys for Thanksgiving. They're not quite big enough to be just on the netting yet. We're getting close. About a week, and maybe not even a week, and they'll be fine to be out on netting. On the pasture. Everything else, chicken. So what we need to do is because we've ran out of space coming up the field. We're up against the vinyl fence. You can see here we're just out of room. So we're gonna have to turn. So what we're gonna do with the turkeys is we're gonna turn them this way, bring them out, and then in a couple of days, we're gonna keep moving them daily like we normally do. And then in a couple of days, we will put some netting up and they will just be able to day range. What we're going to do with the chickens are over here. Bunch of Cornish cross. These are all Cornish in these. They're going to be processed in a few days. But what we're going to do with those guys, these 2 here, and then those 4 tractors there, we're going to turn them this way. So we'll have to mow a little bit over there. Reason we're mowing is the cows have already been through here, but we're on such a rotational timeline that the grass has grown back before we've got the chickens on. Normally we let the cows come in, eat that grass down nice and short. Makes moving these tractors pretty easy. That's going to be a problem because this is still some high stuff. When we bring those cows across, they don't eat this stuff down. They don't eat it down to the dirt. We take the tops off and then we move so that we can regenerate that grass and keep it in that growth stage. So we're going to take the tractor. We got the New Holland with the Bush Hog on it, Bush Hog brand, and we're going to mow this. We're going to mow some of this down, give us some space over here to bring our tractors, and then we will do the same thing over there on the other side for the chickens. So I think I failed to mention, the reason that we've got netting up out here, we got the chickens and the turkeys in the tractors, but we've also got netting up. Well, the reason that we've got netting up is we've had some issues with a ground predator. Don't know what it was. Don't know if it was a raccoon or a skunk or a possum or a fox, or we don't know what it was. But something had been digging at the back of these tractors. A couple of nights, had some birds that had gotten out. We think we had lost a couple of birds, we're just not real sure. Because I think they were just, if they were eaten, they were just gone. It's hard to tell. We did find some feathers one morning, but that's the reason for that. So we're going to move the tractors. Like I said, we're going to move the turkeys one direction, the chickens are going to go the other way, and we're going to put netting back up around them because we don't know if the ground predator is still coming around or not. After we put the netting up, we did notice that the digging at the rear of those tractors stopped. So we think it helped. Well, we know it helped, but we're still going to keep some netting up around them for a little while until we, you know, until they get a little bigger or they're processed one. All right, so we got the turkeys kind of started that way. Newman's going to get us some netting and put up around them. So that'll be a set of netting, 2 sets of netting over there. Now what we're going to do, we're going to have to mow a little bit over here so we can get these chickens all kind of turned in this direction. So we got 2, 3, there's another one, 4, 5, 6, 7, we got 8 left over here. So we got to get them turned and come in this direction so that we can go back down the field on this side. Go. Hold up, hold up. Come back. Come back. Go, chicken. Go, go. Hold up. Hold, okay. All right. Good. Go. Go, go, go. All right, whoa. All right, we got them moved and in line over here. Pointed, we're pointed that direction, and there's fence over there. Phew, mercy, it's hot. Daggum, it's hot. So what we're going to do as we move over the course of the next couple days is we will tilt those, turn them around, and get everything headed back down the field in a straight line so that we're not about to run into an immovable object. Well, hard to move object like that, be that fence. So anyway, I think we got them. These Cornish here, like I said a few minutes ago, ready for processing later in the week. Then these are the younger birds. I forget how old they are. They've still got a few weeks to go. Got a few egg birds in here. The majority of these are roosters. I think we're gonna dispatch them, and then the other 2, 3 are meat birds. Freedom Ranger color yield, some Cornish, some color yield, and then some more Cornish and some more color yield. So these will be the ones that we'll do in a couple weeks. There's another batch in the brooder. I think there's about 190, no, how many? About 180, I think it was, in the brooder. That's the last batch for the year. They'll come out in a couple of weeks. Well, they'll come out after we process these bigger Cornish up here later this week. We'll get them out of the brooder and get them out. So, all right, got something I want to talk about. Let's go sit down and have a chat. All right, we got those turkeys turned around, got the netting back up around them, and got those chickens pointed in a little better direction so that we're not going to run into the fence in a couple days. Phew, mercy, it's hot. So like I said at the beginning of the video, I've been gone all week. I've been inside a air-conditioned hotel and conference center for 4 or 5 days, and I think it's made me soft. But anyway, what I want to talk about, went to this conference, and this was a conference for my regular job. And for those of you that don't know, yes, I do have an off-farm job. I work from home 4 days a week. I go into an office 1 day a week, and I work for a state agency. And we're the regulatory body for EMS professionals in North Carolina. So this was a conference with a lot of the administrators, EMS directors, physician medical directors, those kinds of folks. Networking, all that kind of thing. But anyway, we had a speaker on the first day. It was a keynote. He's an attorney from California, paramedic, who talked about, I think I'd seen the book, but I'd never read it. A book by Simon Sinek. Start With Why. I think Start With Why was the name of the book. And he was talking about how, everybody knows what you do, everybody knows how you do it, but do they know why you do it? And that being the crux, or the foundation of any business, operation, task, whatever the case may be. So I got to thinking about that. And we talk on these YouTube videos all the time about what it is we do, and we show that's what we do. We show how we do it. But I don't know that we've ever stopped to really talk about why it is we do what we do. And I thought that would be something to just kind of explore a little bit. So a couple of reasons why we do what we do. So first off, we enjoy this lifestyle. It's a hard lifestyle. We're out here in 95-degree weather, or sweating, and we're out here in the cold and the rain and all that kind of thing. But we enjoy the lifestyle that we have. We get to see animals grow. We get to see new birth, new life on the farm. We get to enjoy caring for these animals and caring for this piece of creation that the good Lord has entrusted us with, and work to improve it by managing it appropriately. I mean, that's why we do what we do. And we also do it because, we found a reason why we do it that we never really expected when we started out. We've built this larder of friends within the farming community and customers and people that are in the regenerative agricultural world, and we never expected that. But we found a new, the word is overused to death, but we found a new community of people that we belong to. And that's been extremely fulfilling for Sandra and me. And it's stopping to think about the why of what you do, what it is you do, will really make you, will really kind of open your eyes to a lot of things that maybe you'd never expected or thought about. And so I got to thinking about, well, why do I do videos? Why do I take the time to set up cameras and film and edit and then publish and answer questions and comments and do all that kind of stuff in this video format? And I do it because, I initially started out doing it because when we were going to farmers markets, we wanted to be able to show those folks that couldn't come out to our farm exactly how it was we were raising their food. And so one video kind of turned into 2, into 3, and I think we're up to 400 and some odd videos now. And this is another community that we found. And y'all, the viewers, is why we do this. It's why I do these videos. I enjoy sharing what it is we do on the farm. I enjoy teaching, showing folks how to be self-sustainable, how to raise their own food, how to hopefully be profitable on a piece of ground, and how to do things the right way and not fall into a lot of the traps that industrialized ag and CAFOs and some of that kind of thing have sort of brought us into in the modern time. But to really kind of show that there's an alternative way to raise food and raise animals and care for them. So if you've ever wondered why we farm, those are just a couple of reasons. You know, we get to help feed families. Man, how wonderful is that? Just to know that this coming week, there will be 40, 50, 60, however many transactions we had at markets, 40, you know, that number of families will sit down to a meal that we help provide. And that's a big why. I think that's probably the biggest why, is knowing that we help people out. So like we always say, please keep us in your prayers. May God bless you and your families. And we'll see you on the next video.